Hey guys, it is Nintendo Craft Studios here, and today I'm going to be doing another game review video where today I'm going to be reviewing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for Nintendo Switch. So this game came out a couple of months ago and is essentially another port and another one of those Wii U ports, just like how Mario Kart 8 was with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You already know. Even though it's not called Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze Deluxe. I don't know why they didn't name it that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want me to do more of these game review videos. I'm actually currently working on another one for Kirby Star Allies. That's a review that I'm also going to try and get out this weekend. And yeah, let me know, what do you think of this game, and do you agree with my review on it? Anyways, let's hop into this. So as you guys can already see, the game looks absolutely amazing. The presentation is really nice. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at the footage I'm showing you. Look at all the detail in the background. It looks so good. And it also looks great in handheld mode as well. Docked or not docked, it just looks great on its own words. Now let's start working on the story. Yeah, I'm not gonna make transitions because I don't have time to do that. Basically, the story just amounts to a lot of stuff just along the lines of these penguin thingies just trying to freeze up the whole ocean, I guess, or at least Donkey Kong's island, and take over it. You gotta get back there, and yeah, that's the real story. And just take your island back. So essentially, it's kind of like the Wario Land games where you're trying to get back your castle, or I don't know. I haven't played those games in a while, so yeah. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I have beaten the game. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. Even though it is slightly new, the original came out a couple of years ago, but I'm not going to be mean to you guys. Gameplay-wise, the game is amazing with the gameplay. While I do feel that the gameplay is, for the most part, alright, I will tell you one thing, I do feel the game could be slightly better. Sometimes I feel like whenever well, here's how I'll put it for you. Basically, you can run, you can jump, and if you have one of these extra characters, the ones are Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and Cranky Kong. Dixie Kong can do a little hover and even, like, blast in the air and stuff like that. Diddy can just, like, save you, like, right here. He can kind of save you from a fall or, like, getting over an enemy. And Cranky Kong can bounce off of stuff, like he can bounce off to a bigger height, and can also bounce off of anything that's spiky. And yeah, it is pretty good for the most part. Personally, my favorites have to be Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. While I do think Dixie Kong is really great, I still do feel Diddy's still alright. Though I do feel the gameplay could be just a tad little better. Sometimes I feel like the controls aren't just as good as they could be. Really, it's the fact that sometimes I feel like the controls are a bit unresponsive. Now, maybe I'm just judging it a little bit too much on some word, but I do feel that the game could have been better with that sort of stuff. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like there have been many times when I have died when I felt like sometimes it's been a little bit unfair. It's never been downright unfair or anything like that, but it's like it could have just been better. It could have been more solid, I guess you could say. And let's get back to the whole death thing. This game is hard. It is not a very easy game. The game is fair, and usually whenever you die, you will usually know what killed you. Like, you'll usually know, and you'll be like, yep, that's a mistake I made. I probably should not have made that mistake. And that's where the game's funky mode comes in. Like, look at that. Look at that. Death. There's a prime example right there. It's because I stood on that platform too long. These platforms fall down after a while. So there's a prime example of the fact that stuff will be your fault. That deaths will be your fault. Though sometimes I do feel like maybe sometimes it just feels a bit unresponsive. And, well, that's all I really have to say about that. It's pretty good gameplay for the most part. Whenever you get the Rhino, I think it's called, it's a lot of fun. Even though I wish it could keep its minimum more and more, it's still amazing as hell. Lastly, let's go over controls. Or, well, not lastly, but lastly on the gameplay type of standard. Now, basically, the controls in the game are quite simple. I'm just going to judge them based off of the Pro Controller, considering that's really how I play the game most of the time. It's the same for Joy-Cons, but essentially the left stick allows you to move around. The A button or the B button allows you to jump, or sometimes hover and do whatever the supporting characters do. The Y button allows you to dash around at stuff and all that stuff. And the shoulder buttons allow you to grab onto stuff such as grass. And yeah, the controls are honestly not too bad for the game. It's what you're going to get from a 2D platformer game. But it does handle really well. I do think it's pretty good controls for the game. Although sometimes I do feel like the jumps are a little bit not as responsive as it should be. But maybe that's because I suck at the game. Maybe that's why. And hey, if you do suck at the game, well, don't worry, because there is a funky mode in the game. Finally gonna touch this. Essentially, the only real form of a new, like, DLC type of thing in this game is the inclusion of funky mode. Basically, Funky Kong is for people who haven't played a 2D platformer in, like, this may be their first 2D platformer game they've ever played, or maybe haven't been in the series for a very long time and need a good refresher and pretty much suck at it. Funky mode is kind of for you, considering, well, Funky mode, you have more hearts, and, well, he's kind of just a bit more OP. Though the game does still provide a little bit of challenge, it is, I will tell you this, it is a disservice. It is a disservice. Probably said that wrong. I just feel like if you want to get the full experience out of this game, you've got to play the game the way it was originally meant to be. You got to play it like I'm playing right now. With Donkey Kong. You got to play like that, because that's how you play the game. Although Funky Mode does make a good way to speedrun the game, though. I will say that. The best way to speedrun this game, or at least the Nintendo Switch version, is to definitely use the Funky Mode, because you will get a lot of stuff out of that. But, yeah, that pretty much covers the Funky Mode, but what about the other DLC? Because there's surely got to be more stuff. Well, unfortunately, that's really all I can say, considering that's the only real DLC that the game comes with, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, this game may not be... The thing is, it's basically the same game, but with an extra mode, but I'm pretty sure that people who have played this game for a long time probably won't want it play it that much. And yeah, that's really all there is DLC-wise. Now it's kind of coming on to my final thoughts. What do I think about this game? Do I think this game is worth picking up on the eShop? And yeah, what's my final score? Well, personally, this has been a game I've been waiting for. Ever since they revealed it in the January Direct, I believe it was, some time ago, I was dead set. I kind of was just... I never played this game that much. I did own it on Wii U, but my game broke. But I honestly wasn't a game I always played. But it was a game I got fairly close to. And now I can finally say I've beaten the game. I have beaten the game. And... yeah. honestly, it's a good game, but is it worth picking up? Well, it really varies on who you are, gamer-wise. If you like 2D platformers and you haven't played this game before, you might want to consider it. Considering it's a really good 2D platformer game. The levels look absolutely amazing. I haven't even touched on the levels yet, but the levels look really, really nice. It will provide a good amount of challenge to you. Now let's say if you are someone who has already bought the Wii U version and loves it to death. Is this worth picking up? Well, unless you're very hardcore on the Donkey Kong games, I don't know if this would be the best recommendation, since outside the funky mode, you're really not going to get much else. Though that's just how I would maybe you'll want to play it again. And also there's the idea of just playing the whole game on the go as well, because remember, the game's in handheld mode. But yeah, honestly, I'd just say pick this game up, though I would say if you do want to play it, save money, I would wait for this game to get a bit of a sale or something like that, because the game does cost 60 bucks right when I'm recording this. I do feel it is a little bit much. They should have charged like $40 or maybe even $50. $50 might be a bit steep, but I still feel like the game could have been priced a little lower. But honestly, it's not a big deal for me. And then, what is my final score for the game? Well, my final score for the game would most likely be a 7.5 out of 10. I think it is a great game. There are a few problems with it, mainly the fact that DLC stuff and the controls. So I feel like it can be improved a little bit, but still, it is a great game. It is most likely a game you'll want on Nintendo Switch. If you haven't played the Wii U version of the game, but have played Returns, this is honestly, if you played Returns, you should have played this. But still. And yeah, that's really all I've got for this review. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with this review. And yeah. And make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing another Splatoon 2 Splatfest this weekend. Because, yep, the finals are here. And I'm also going to be doing a Kirby Star Allies review as well. And I'm also going to be trying to do more reviews as well on games. I'm going to try and go away from Nintendo Switch games, but for right now, I do want to kind of stick with the thing. I kind of want to stick with Switch since it's so much fun. And yeah, that's all. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.